Hi, it's Will Swain from Marketing Results, which is at marketing-results.com.au. And in this short video, I'm going to show you how to use some of the tools within Google AdWords to trim unprofitable waste from your paid traffic in order to drive higher ROI. So in the first section, I'm just going to explain why this is important, and at the end, I will actually take you into an AdWords account and show you specifically how to find the waste and how to remove it from your campaign. So there are two keys to profitable PPC campaigns. Key number one is to maximize exposure to as many targeted prospects as possible and stop spending on people who will never buy from you. And key number two is to maximize visitor value after the click. In other videos on conversion, I've covered key number two, but in this video, we'll look at how to minimize your exposure and expenditure on unprofitable traffic. So we'll quickly cover how to identify unprofitable keywords in your AdWords account, how to stop spending money on stuff that isn't working, and how to funnel that money you save back into your most profitable traffic or your pocket. So let me share with you a quick example that led me to create this video, and it's indicative of what I see when I review almost every single AdWords account. We recently reviewed an AdWords account in the office plant hire industry, and we observed that the client had spent about $18,000 in the last 15 months on Google AdWords. And it is a profitable vehicle for this client, otherwise they obviously wouldn't spend that amount of money. But by running some reports that I'm about to show you, we noticed that of the $18,000, about $300 had actually been spent on people searching for artificial plants. Another $150 had been spent on people searching for fake plants. Neither of these things are what this company provides. In addition, $1,500 was spent on people just searching for plants, which is probably considered too broad, and it's a low converting term, and this was borne out in the conversion tracking. So that expenditure did not pay for itself in terms of sales or conversions. And there was another $250 of people searching for Australian native plants, which is another broad term with low commercial intent. So in other words, it's people just looking around for information rather than looking to actually get an office plant hire company to help them with whatever solutions they can provide. So those are some of the terms that stuck up, but in addition there was $50 here, $30 there, in such a way that there were several $1,000s in easily identifiable waste. So what does this mean in terms of the potential for return on investment? Well, firstly, about 20% or $3,500 over this time period could be saved immediately by simply removing this waste from the campaign. And then that 20% could be reallocated to the most profitable keywords or traffic sources, where it may have a 5-to-1 or a 10-to-1 return. So in other words, that $3,500 could drive as much as $35,000 in sales, simply by reallocating the waste to profitable areas. Okay, so let's look inside an AdWords account and we'll look at how to detect and remove this waste. So the account I'm going to show you is one of our own accounts for one of the side businesses we run at Marketing Results. And this is a product on, it's an ebook that explains how to make soaps and spa products and things like that. So I'm here inside a campaign called a search campaign, and I'm in a certain ad group called How to Make Soaps. So I'm on the keyword tab, and this is what the keywords look like. Might just expand that up so it's a bit easier to read. Okay. So what you do is what we want to identify are the specific keywords that are actually triggering our ads. And to do that, we can click on this area here and click on this See Search Terms button. And we'll click on Selected. Now this is telling us the actual search terms that users have searched on that have triggered these particular ads. And the book is about soap making and that sort of thing, so soap making is good, soap recipes are good. how to make homemade soap, making soap. They're all relevant, which is great. So what we want to do is we want to find anything that's not relevant. Now, because we do this on a regular basis in this account, we're probably not going to find too much that's not relevant. A recipe for making soap, that's all fine. How to make handmade soap, that's all great. But I took the liberty of doing a little check earlier to see if I could pick up anything that wasn't as relevant. Here we are. I found one that was homemade soapbox. So a soapbox is like a little go-kart, I think, in the US. So we don't really want the words box to trigger. If it has box in the search, we don't want it to trigger our ads because we don't want to waste money. And we also probably don't want soapbox to appear either. So that's one we've now identified. So all we do now is to scroll and go back to the keywords tab. Click on this link at the bottom here called negative keywords and add in some negative keywords. So we want to add in box. We want to add in, just for good measure, we'll add in soapbox in one word and save them. What this now means is that if the search has box or soapbox in it, our ads will not be triggered. So that's what you do on a regular basis, at least every week, to pick up new sources of irrelevant traffic and filter them out. Gradually, your campaign will become more targeted. You'll spend less on waste. So let's quickly go back here, just to clarify. Okay, so in this example, we would add artificial as a negative keyword and fake as a negative keyword. There are other strategies to eliminate this sort of phrase type search, and there are other strategies to make these broad searches more relevant. Okay, so that's a quick and dirty analysis of how to trim the fat from your AdWords campaigns. As I said, I've reviewed more than 100 AdWords campaigns in the last 12 months, and I would say probably at least 90% of those campaigns could make liberal use of this strategy for making your campaigns more focused, less wasteful, and higher profit. If you'd like implementation assistance with this sort of thing, we can be contacted on 1300 799 737 or via the website marketing-results.com.au. See you again soon.